I'm just gonna have to do this. This is like my third attempt at starting the show. Flying solo today. I don't like doing solo shows very often, but I'm gonna try to give you guys a little bit of entertainment. It's all gonna be anime today, so I hope you like anime, and if not, stick around anyways because like you might find something interesting. So yeah, let's start the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Cup of Genre, LRM's GenreVerse Podcast Network daily show, mostly daily, where we get to talk about anything and everything in geek and pop culture, entertainment news, give opinions, whatever we want, trailer reactions, things like that. Yeah, we do all that. Sponsored by the great folks over at Grow Generation, where where the pros go to grow. LRMonline.com, genreverse.com, every day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions, and podcasts. Your favorite podcast covering everything from Marvel with Marvel Multiverse Mayhem to Star Wars with the Cantina, currently doing Book of Boba Fett reviews, Animeverse reviews podcast. Got a brand new anime that we're going to be reviewing weekly there, Sabaki Bisco. And then yeah, Breaking Geek Radio and more. So check all of that out. Follow us on your favorite podcast app. If you already listened to us, why not go ahead and hit that follow or subscribe button. If you can leave some sort of comment or review on things like Spotify or Apple, go ahead and do that for us too. Please help us gain a little prestige. And then yeah, the new GenreVerse Podcast Network YouTube channel. Subscribe there, where you can look at my ugly mug and occasionally my wife's beautiful, well, usually my wife's beautiful face, but she's had been dealing with a headache last night and this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this solo. And I I did Animeverse reviews last night with our co-host Brian. Christine didn't do the episode, which is fine. And I got to thinking about anime and kind of, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and back out of that because I'm just chit chatting with you guys for a second. I thought about anime, and we came up on a year since we launched the Animeverse reviews podcast, and uh it just reminded me how much content I consumed in anime this past year. A lot, a lot of new stuff that was brand spanking new stuff that I had never seen before, even if it was a few years old. But really, it all came down to the kind of staleness of a lot of Western entertainment. Not all of it, and not that all anime is great or not having stale issues, but there's a lot more out there for anime fans to find something that isn't stale than there is out here in the US or other Western countries. And there's all sorts of social and cultural, political things that go into it. I've often talked about excuse me, I've often talked about how escapism doesn't exist in Western media anymore. Hell, the Book of Boba Fett can't stop putting Earth, like very, very Earth things, clearly Earth things in its show, kind of ruining the idea of being in a galaxy far, far away. And there's times to use sci-fi fantasy to make statements, to make, you know, comments on contemporary or even past issues, ongoing systemic issues. Lots of shows attempt to do things like that. Movies as well. I brought up the example of Battlestar Galactica in a conversation recently, and how you can look at, you know, all of the wonderful things they did for diversity in their cast. That was very widely accepted back in the early 2000s. Yes, I know there were people that didn't like the boomer and Starbuck gender and boomer gender and race changes, but the overwhelming majority of people I know liked the show. You know, those that are into that type of thing, and we're okay with it. We're okay with it, but that show gives a statement on technology, reliance of technology, and fear of technology through characters like Admiral Adama. And it also goes into things about war, genocide, lesser of two evils. There's a lot of things that you can get into that. It's not just pure escapism. Star Wars was escapism. That's why it comes out in an era in the 70s where you have a lot of dark, gritty contemporary movies just talking about Vietnam, crime, and all sorts of things like that. And here's this Star Wars thing where the most political thing is World War II. Bad guys were bad. Like, the stormtroopers are part of the empire. It's authoritarianism, but there's not any real allegories for things like Vietnam there. Not even like Korea, which was even more recent than World War II. And I don't know. No, anime's given me that outlet again. I can pop in something that I want to see, make statements, drive me on a big philosophical, journey. And then there's times where I could just unplug and watch some dirty, spicy anime with my wife, and just escape. And everything in between. So that's what we're gonna kind of chit chat about today. I wanted to bring up some anime that Christine and I and Brian even have watched over the last year. A few things that I thought you guys might find interesting. To tell you what, I'm going to do the trailer setup. There we go. And the first one I wanted to start off with is Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You, or Fly Me to the Moon. It gets both titles kind of being used interchangeably. We discovered this show last week and found it by looking for an anime, like a comedy anime with a couple, like not where becoming a couple is the end game, but like they're in a relationship. Because I've been married for almost 15 it'll be 15 years in March, and I mean that's something that I don't get to see ever in anime to relate to. So we found it, and Tonikawa is just this incredibly adorable, sweet anime. It's slice of life about a young couple. There's some slight hints at potential supernatural stuff connected to the moon and Princess Kaguya's story, but it really is just a slice of life of these two young people that got married and learning to be a married couple. There's still plenty of anime tropes in here, but they're saying I love you. They're holding hands. They're kissing. They're not banging, but that's like the end goal for this series. See, Fly Me to the Moon. It's absolutely wonderful. It's got an awesome opening, an awesome OP. I love it. The lead character NASA is very, very smart. He's like an idol, if you will. I don't mean like Japanese music idol. I mean like he's to be idolized. He's the perfect, everything like you see in anime. Like I said, they follow these tropes. And Tsukasa, his wife is the same. She's basically I don't want to go back to that one. Basically perfect. She can cook. She likes to clean. She doesn't want him to suffer through any, like, has to do a long night's work one episode, and she's there to take care of him when he gets sick, because somehow that happens. But it's just it's a breath of fresh air, even with some stale points, because it was something I've never seen done in anime. Not that it hasn't been done, but I hadn't seen it yet. Like, that's how niche it is. And this isn't going to appeal to everyone out there. If you're into rom-coms, it might appeal to you, but if you're into rom-coms and in a relationship, specifically a marriage, check out Tonikawa. I think you'll find yourself pleasantly surprised. It's absolutely adorable. Yeah. So the other one I wanted to kind of bring up, and these aren't in any type of order. Not really. Like the last two I put at the end for a reason. But anyways, Dr. Stone. So this is kind of the show that brought me back into anime. I was in the emergency room. I saw the Adult Swim ad for Dr. Stone. I thought it looked weird. Of course, Senku's hair does look weird. But I was in a really dark place dealing with some really bad health issues, physical, mental, and I ended up having really like long periods of sleep issues, including periods of being awake for a long time. And I saw the show on Funimation, started watching it, got caught up, had to wait week by week. I'm that weird person that if I see something in dub before I see it in sub, like my brain latches onto those voices, and that's how I have to watch the show. So, wonderful show that takes post-apocalyptic world to a whole different level. Everyone's turned to stone somehow in the present, like 2016, 2017 when this hit, and then 3,700 years later, or 3,500 years later, whatever it was, Senku wakes up from the stone, figures out that there's a way to release people. It's very slow going from the stone, but he starts doing that, finds out there's some humans that were never in stone. Big mystery, wants to bring back everyone through science. He's a genius. It sounds so unique, so different, and it really was. Not only did it offer a lot of like educational things, like everything Senku does, while exaggerated in maybe the success, it's all based on real science. You can find YouTubers making all sorts of items you see in the show and in the manga, and it was really just this one, guys. I highly suggest you check out. The first 5 episodes can seem kind of boring. I like it a lot, but I can see where some people are like, yeah, man, I'd like to get moving, especially when you see the openings, all the other characters that you haven't seen yet in these first 5 episodes. It's really first couple episodes is Senku and not Chrome, Taiju, and then Senku, Taiju, and Tsukasa, and not to be confused with the female Tsukasa from Tonikawa, but a strong fighter that they wake up to help them fight off lions. And then the last of that first five episodes cast is Yuzuriha, and that's it. You get 4 characters to hang out with basically for 5 episodes. After that, man, it's a blast. I can't describe to you like how much I needed others to watch this, to talk about it with me. I got Christine on it. I got Brian on it. That's the second season's the Stone Wars is why we started the Animeversal Reviews podcast. And I mean, if the idea of that type of post-apocalyptic world, wanting to find out what turned people to stone, and remind you, this is based on a character whose whole thing is science, like real life grounded science. Everything they do is just amazing. Everything they do is just amazing, from the art to the music to the story itself. If you haven't seen Dr. Stone, please do check it out. I highly suggest it. So yeah. The next one I wanted to chit chat about. Let me bring back up Chrome. There we go. Is okay. Look, Gridman Alliance. Okay. Or Gridman Alliance. Gridman Universe. You take the the old for Westerners, Americans would remember Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, which deals with Hyper Agent Gridman. I'm not going to try to pronounce the Japanese title, but borrowed from that, similar to things like Ultraman, kind of similar to Power Rangers, but they are two different genres, so to speak. In anime though, so Ultraman Samurai Squad in anime, and it was amazing, and I could go ahead and play this trailer for it. How's that looking in OBS? Yeah, I kind of messed with it. Anyways, an amazing anime, beautiful artwork from Studio Trigger. This first series, Gridman, you must watch this before you watch Dynazenon, deals with a lot of things that people, humans, at any given time, but especially today, have to cope with. Feelings of isolation, self-worth, all wrapped up in these amazing battles with kaiju, friendship, what it means to stand up for your friends when they're going through hard times, when they might be doing, bad things. And I'm not talking like really, really bad, but they might be, not doing great, and you still got to stand by them, even though someone else might be like, oh, they're a lost cause, to take them away. It's just this great anime that enables you to question religion, the purpose of religion. What if gods do exist? The idea of a cruel god is done in this anime. I don't know where else you find stuff like that together, taken seriously. Like, you have to scratch past the surface to fully enjoy everything. But this isn't one where people are having to dig really deep to find a deeper meaning. It's like right there. The ending of it is pretty shocking. Some of the reveals, and then Dynazenon, man, that takes it up to another level. But I couldn't recommend Dynazenon to you guys without recommending Gridman. There's going to be a movie. I don't want to spoil too much, but the artwork is out there, and it's gonna, you got two shows and then a movie. You kind of expect some of them to come together, so you'll see some Dynazenon and Gridman action on the big screen, probably next year. There's been no official dates or anything announced, but my guess would be next year. But yeah, check out Gridman, and then definitely follow right up with Dynazenon. I can't recommend either one of those enough, but you got to start with Gridman. So let's go ahead and take a quick word from our sponsors over at GrowGeneration, guys.
GrowGeneration, where the pros go to grow. From propagation to harvest, they have everything you need for your special garden. GrowGeneration serves customers across the nation and carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Thank you so much for sponsoring the episode. Yeah. So I said the last two things I had to talk about, I kind of left at the end on purpose, and I did. One is an old show. It got a newer dub back in 2016. But it's an older show that we rewatched for Animeversal. Loved it. Loved the new dub. Thought it was great to see the series in its full context, because the version we got here in the West, was not the same as what you guys had in Japan and other places. So, yeah, let me bring that up for you guys. It's the Vision of Escaflowne. Escaflowne. Escaflowne is an isekai mecha anime. Gives you a isekai is like other worlds. Video game worlds, you're magically transported to. Fantasy world, you're magically transported to. Anywhere where you get to go live a different life, or yourself in a different world. That's isekai. This one has a female protagonist, a female lead. Vaughn is, in my mind, very much the supporting character in this. While in the American version, it was vice versa. Hitome was the side character, while Vaughn was the lead. All the anime on YouTube is where I found this trailer. I couldn't find what I felt was another real one for this version of the show, but you can see the artwork, especially the noses, can be off-putting to some side profiles. They've got really long noses, but it's a style. It was a thing that was done, and but the rest of the artwork is fine. It's not amazing. It's very much a product of its time, but this is a Final Fantasy anime at its core. Like you're watching, this is by far the best Final Fantasy that's not on a game. The overarching story gets filled out way more with the new dub from 2016 plus. What is it? Aaron Dismuke, I think. Voice of Senku does the voice of Vaughn in this dub, which is great, but he's always yelling, so it's always hearing Senku's yelling voice through Vaughn. The mechs are really cool. The idea of magic, the weird creatures that you have, like everything in this screams Final Fantasy, and I suggest you check it out. This could be the thing to get your younger kids into anime, both male and female, because you've got this romance story with Hitome, Vaughn, and God, I can't remember the other guy's name. You've got this romance aspects going with it. You've got the action and adventure. You've got the fantasy setting. But it could also be that one that you show to someone that's into romances, into those period piece romances in that you see in movies and television shows, because it's got a lot of elements of that. Think of what's a good. Nah, that's more of time travel than isekai. That Outlander, but kind of like that, where Hitomi gets to live in this very different setting from what she's used to. Has some romantic feelings and stuff, but also I think she still had some romantic feelings for someone back on Earth, if I recall, and her friend liked the person or something. Anyways, great show. Check it out. Vision of Escaflowne. The last thing I wanted to suggest to you guys is actually a movie. Brian picked this out for AnimeVersal Reviews a few weeks ago, so you can check out our review of it if you want. My son turns on the closed captions very often. Cute movie, total coming of age summer rom-com. Dude can only Cherry is the guy's name. Smiles the girl's name. They have other names, but that's what they go by through the movie. He kind of shy, doesn't like interacting with people very much. Uses headphones to kind of close out the world, but is able to express himself through haiku type of poetry, if you've never heard of it. Smile, on the other hand, is a social media influencer. She's all about interactions, even digitally. But she's recently kind of become self-conscious about her buck teeth, something that people found really cute and adorable about her when she was, younger and first starting. But like all teenagers, you start over analyzing things, and yeah, she overanalyzed her teeth. I can't tell you how perfect this movie is. Like, it delivers on everything you would want it to. There's the stylized art that you guys saw in the trailer. I thought it would potentially be distracting when I just saw the trailer, but within like 2 or 3 minutes, you settle right into it. It's kind of like Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that made me feel like, oh crap, man, I might not be able to watch this, the juddery animation. But after a couple of minutes of Into the Spider-Verse, you're fine. Your eyes adjust, and you're like, yeah, man, this is cool. And words bubble up like soda pop is exactly like that. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Like I said, I don't like doing these alone, but I wanted to make sure that we got some content out. Um, it's important to me, and yeah, I got the making sure I got the right things up on OBS for you guys. So our YouTube channel, the GenreVerse Podcast Network on YouTube, do subscribe there, guys. All of the podcasts go up there. Daily Cup of Genre, you're watching that now. Anime Versal Reviews, that'll actually be up whenever it's up. It'll be up to today. I just don't know if it'll come out before this or not. Doing Sabiki Bisco, which is insane. So mushrooms, giant crabs, hippopotamus, whatever. It, check it out. And then No Mercy, we've got one episode of that left to cover the last 4 episodes of Cobra Kai. The Cantina, doing Book of Boba Fett. Breaking Geek Radio, I don't know what they're going to be talking about today. Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, we review movies. We got something really cool coming up over the next month for you guys, including a supercut of a fan commentary, but we're watching a garbage movie, and we'll be riffing on it. I guess that's the term, supercut. But what else do we have? The Dragon reviewed. We did Wheel of Time. All sorts of fun stuff, guys. Please do check it out. All of those are, of course, available in audio format for easy consumption wherever you get your podcast from. Spotify, Google, Apple, all that good stuff. And of course, the website, already mentioned it, lrmonline.com, genreverse.com as well. We are working on the GenreVerse pages. Actually caused some issues with our Twitter, at the GenreVerse on Twitter. And yeah, guys, that's it. I'm at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. Social media information for myself and Christine down below, as well as the site. And yeah, we'll talk to you on Monday.